So like I'm now live and it's started at 9:10, so it should start coming up live for you. You may, I don't know. Yeah, it shows you in there. You're going in and out. So, oh well, I mean, I don't have my camera on. I did. No, see, I won't be, and you're also there's going to be a delay too. Um, I won't ever see you because you're again, you're not a presenter. You're just the you're just on the outside. Does that make sense? You're just watching the webinar. Right. 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 Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, even with and Paul's got a copy of I don't know, I mean if he's got two or not. Let's see. What was I was on live. Um it's wow, you're online WP admin. Um let me see if I can do again while we're talking. I think that with the combination of like and again, I'm getting back to it just depends on what they're wanting to get out of it, what you're wanting to get out of it. I'm with you. I like to have it branded, see what's going on out there, um, and just let people, you know, come on in. Oh, I don't have that over now, so let me put it on mine. But so yes, I mean, all we need is really a page and a database that would allow us um, to what am I trying to say? Would allow us to just be able to update that particular string or URL or whatever. Test video page. I I can do it if we get like a URL. If you I don't know, he uses Greenwave, so I'm not real sure. I mean, what do you use? GoDaddy? Um, do you see? I don't, and I assume it's a lot like GoDaddy as far as setting things up. So I mean, if somebody, if you got that URL and um, set up, maybe just set up the WordPress hosting on it, then give me, just give me, admin rights to that particular WordPress database. I'm happy to go in and pull my stuff over and modify it a little bit. And let me see, we can make one that looks, that looks good and works like we want it to an extent. I mean, as far as what you're saying, just making it look nice. Um, Let me use this one right here, and I could even go again and take it a little bit deeper. And if somebody wants to, where they can add their link to the URL, and it would work for them, kind of a deal. Um, so there would be add element video. What did I do? Did I do an embed on that? Uh, Forgive me for getting quiet for a second. I'm trying to. Add a row. I don't want to add a row. I want to add a element. Image. What was it called? Global. What did you send me the other day? The global online final or something like that. We were there in Lake Tahoe. Global online franchise logo final. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Blah, blah, blah. Center, 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 insert. Well, I didn't want to insert it then. I hate to get quiet on you. Sorry, I was just trying to just make sure, just kind of give you an idea of what can be done, you know, a little quicker. I mean, because I know we're in the same page and we're thinking the same thing. Maybe I didn't insert it again. So my, so right now that, I don't hate it. It's all right. It just ticks me off. Live. I was probably going to break loose here when I do this. Okay, so if you look at that link, and basically, obviously, I would take a bunch of stuff out of there. Um, the, the logo could either be at the top, and as you see, I just threw that in, and I mean, obviously, I could clean that up very easily. Yeah, it can be anything, and again, I just without sitting there keeping you on the line. I mean, obviously, I could go in as far as the design goes. The design in this type of situation is absolutely not an issue. I mean, there's absolutely no issue with the design. Yeah, see, now I've got to quit talking. Let me cut my microphone off. No, I need to do that. But Yeah, and what well, well, again, right now you're looking at live. Okay, so now a replay can be done anywhere. I mean, a replay can be done anywhere. Where it just, basically what I did with Raw was with Jamie's stuff was we created after he did it. I can't remember what I did. He was able to add it to another list or a database. I can't remember how I had it exactly. I'd have to look back at that. But what it basically did was created a post type deal, or it had a single page out there. Um, but yeah, I mean, you can do it either way. You can create it as a post or just a link to any page, and with 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 this you could say you could have the replay that they could go back to anytime that has this frame, or like like just trying to think, like the Wednesday night deal they used to do with Prosperity Team. Now they've set theirs up where every week is a different video, and so I mean, they went through some old kind of crazy programming on theirs, I'm sure, but before, last Wednesday's was up there for the replay until they went live again, right? Now, and then once they went live the next week, that week stayed up there for 7 days until they went live again. However, these are all still building up under, there's always a way to, if there's multiple, through YouTube, you could create it where it would automatically allow you to play. You could click on the top and it will give you a menu where you could go back and look at them if you wanted to through the YouTube thing. So I think you could still review. I mean, you could go back to the past ones if you wanted to replay them within the same window. I don't know if do you still even have access to Prosperity Team at all? They may. Well, let me see if they've kicked me out yet. They haven't. Let's see. Quiet Mike. That's all right. You don't have to. I'll show. Well, I'll share it through. Just be quiet, Mike. Well, I don't see where he's done that. Let's see. He's doing the Mastermind series. I should still have that. Oh no, that's something different. Well, at any rate, used to when you could get into his training back there, up in the top left-hand corner of like for YouTube, there was a little drop-down box, and on that drop-down box, you could do past trainings and stuff that he had done previously under his daily training. I thought he still had that with. Right. 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 Well, it's just the capturing and things like that. I think that Jamie was so gung ho about on. Of course, he thinks he can do a lot more than he can. So, um, uh, and I've been through it upside, downside. I've talked to support about all the options that are out there, and what can be done and can't be done. Um, so, I mean, there's little things with that. Things you miss with the webinar. You can give one of the audience, you can give the audience voice if you want to with a true like go to or something like that. Whereas with this, the audience is just the audience, and they can text chat. I mean, they can still ask questions and stuff. They just have to do it through the chat box. Um, the only people with voice are presenters and admins, which have to be done when you're setting up Webinar Jam. And it's yeah, right. And so, and I've got no issues with it either. But I mean, with Hangouts, it's the same way. And then you just have your main page, like you said, and then you use Livefire, or there's a ton of stuff you can actually use. So, I mean, it's no worries on that. You can always communicate with people. I like Livefire because it kind of goes across platforms if you want it to. So you got Livefire there where people can ask their questions. It's always out there driving that page up in content too when people are posting. But there's ways to create pages for them to have to register for the webinar, even if it's just to get, just to capture, just to get that lead, I guess is more what most people are using it for, because once you get the link to the webinar, you got it. You know what I mean? You don't have to register them again. So I'll do something through my link just to kind of have a whole little layout. I'll mess with that for a few minutes tonight. I got a couple other things I need to try to work on, but where you don't have to. No, I'll just do it through mine, and I'll show you so we know exactly. You can go get a domain, and you can go ahead and dump that out there. But what I'm saying is, I can go ahead and just kind of make sure that I have it all back in my mind right now exactly how to do it. So once I do that, then it's just basically I can copy I can get in and copy the code over, so from one to the other. So it's no issues on that. I can do it all on mine, or even if it came down to it, you could always you could always mask that domain over to because I've created one out there that I was going to mess with anyway for your online income coach that was live.youronlineincomecoach. You could always point it over to that if we really wanted it to. So we can worry about get the domain if you want to, but don't worry about dumping WordPress on it yet. I mean, or go ahead and do it. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Just whenever, and then just let me know, and we'll go from there. But I'll play with it on mine tonight, and then tomorrow we can always do the copying over and all that good stuff if we want to. I like that. Sounds good. If we can chat manata. So Paul's gone, I think, swimming for the weekend. I mean, I know he still has his phone and easy to communicate with, but I don't think he'll be looking at much. So so that's cool on that. But yeah, we can still have this up and running and make it work like we want it to, for sure. All right. All right, Mr. Alec, we will talk to you. We'll chat with you whenever and talk with you, I'm sure, in the next day or so. Have a good one, bud.